What up guys, it's Chris. Today we're in front of my MA3 timecode setup, and I want to show you guys how I'm using the GrandMA3's OSC feature to trigger Reaper. Alright, here we are on the Reaper side of things. You can tell right here I have two separate tracks. You can insert a new track, and then once you have your track, you can insert like a media file or a SMPTE timecode generator. I have inserted two media files. This is a pre-existing LTC file that I had, and this is a dope Walk the Moon song that I had. So I will be using these two in this example. The only thing I've really done to split the signal up is I'm using an 1/8 inch cable to two male XLRs. I can post a quick screenshot of the one I bought on Amazon. One side is going to the speaker, one side is going to the desk. And down here in the corner, you'll see routing matrix. And you can see that I have my timecode output is going to output 1, and Jenny is going to output 2. That's how I'm kind of isolating them to split between the left and the right tracks. We can take a quick look at our preferences, or sorry, our settings. So in the preferences here, you can see I've set up an OSC Reaper. If we go ahead and edit this, these are the settings here. You want to be on this particular setting for mode, the configured device IP and local IP port. These are my settings. I'll show you my MA3 settings shortly. And this is how I got the list of all of the kind of OSC commands here. I can open the config, and it's going to take me to this folder here. I'm going to open this with a text editor, and if we make this big, we can now kind of scroll all the way down and see the OSC words to trigger this. So record, stop, play, pause, rewind. These are the examples that I have used. So now let's see how, now that we have this information, let's see how we can apply it in GrandMA3. All right, so here we are on GrandMA3 on PC. Let's take a look at a few of the settings and macros and things like that. So let's first take a look at the two macros that I have made. I have made a Reaper play pause and a Reaper rewind 3 seconds. If we take a quick look at this macro, we can see it says send OSC2, parentheses T/play, comma I, comma 1, parentheses. What does any of this mean? Here we are on the MA help pages for OSC. So if we scroll down a little bit, we can kind of see what we need to do to type for our macro here. We need a prefix, an OSC address, OSC type, and a value. So if we go back to our macro, you can see we have send OSC, we have the command from Reaper. I'll put this up on the screen to show our command. We have the I, and we have 1. Now, I'm not 100% sure what type of OSC we need. It seemed to work with I, F, and S in the place, so I just went with I in my macro, and I went with 1 because we're only sending one command, is how I understand it. So if we take a look at our macro, we're send OSC2, and I'll explain OSC2 in a minute. T-play, which again, I'll have the screenshot up, I and 1. So what does OSC2 mean? If we go to our settings here, we can look at our in and out options. And in OSC, I have 3 OSC kind of datas set up here because I was testing Resolume and QLab. Number 2 is going to be our OSC for Reaper. You can see the destination IP address and the port number should match some of the settings that we saw earlier in the Mac. And up top here, we want to enable the output, make sure that our preferred IP address is correct. and everything else should kind of work. We don't need to set anything up in Reaper, as it just listens to those particular OSC commands. And if we take a quick look at the rewind macro that I've made for Reaper, we can see that it says send OSC to be rewind 1, send OSC to be rewind 0, and it has a wait of 3 seconds. That's just so it will rewind and then stop in 3 seconds. Before I play the next video of me actually testing our macros out, I just wanted to show you guys that I have assigned the macros to my X keys here. So you can see this is the play pause and this is the rewind one, so that you guys will have a reference as to what buttons I'm hitting in the next clip. And here's what would be the final result. If I push this here, you can see that it plays and pauses Reaper. You can hear our audio coming through. You can see our time code coming into the desk. Pausing works. Now if we go back a couple seconds. There you go. So I think this is going to be pretty cool in terms of moving forward with GrandMA3, using OSC to kind of control a few more things. You can see here I've made some Resolume and QLab OSC tests as well. So anyways, I'm pretty excited about the future with OSC and GrandMA3. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video, and let me know if you guys have any questions.